changes or new opportunities show up in everything, including your ability to choose your own emotions. Whereas before, people were not so able to face up to the fact that they were angry or painful or antagonistic. Now it's much more easy to do that. Things are changing faster and faster and faster. You don't have to stay in that one emotion. You can have volition of what emotion you're going to be in. I'd say that this is, if there's any redemption or salvation, is this. There's nothing outside of you that's doing it. It's you're going to have more and more option about all of your experience, including which emotion you're going to be in. That is, as long as you're paying attention. With an intention. And your integrity tied into your intuition. In my first talk, I have this reversed, where in the past, there was very few things happening at once, and then in the present, there's even more stuff happening at once. Now, in the future, there's going to be even more, and then even more possible in every moment. More opportunities, more different points of view that you can assume. That's exactly what's going on here. So people who are stuck in death or apathy or grief, as we go forward with this, have more and more opportunity to rise toward enthusiasm or ecstasy, which is this ascension. And there's nothing strange about it or nothing that you have to study about it. No leaders. Are there any questions? Yes?
The Mayans knew something about after death?
After death?
Yeah, what happened after death?
Yes, they did. They have a cosmology that covers after death. Actually, they have a time flow pattern where there is a star, the Orion's belt. Orion's belt is in line between the center of our galaxy, Earth, and Orion's belt, out. And the Mayan cosmology says that the spirit enters from outside the galaxy, from Orion's belt, comes in through Earth as a stopping point, and then when a person passes on, he goes on into the center of the galaxy, the black hole, and is regurgitated. That's been the life cycle. This whole evolution is leading past and out of that life cycle. None of us in this room have to die. Ever. We don't have to die. Medical technology right now has brought us up to where the life cycle, the life span of a man was about 45 years old, or about there, 45. Now it's up to 75 to 80. We've almost doubled our lifespan in the last few years. And that means that we've got twice as many choices to make in a lifetime, doesn't it? More opportunity. But as we go forward here, when we get over into here, like the fourth day right here, fourth night, we get free energy. Fifth day is the biggest blowout of consciousness in every one of these. So things like telepathy, levitation, free energy, all of that will be readily available to all of us. Genetic therapy is racing away. I mean, they're now doing gene therapy, and they're wondering how they're going to control the Olympic athletes. Because now Olympic athletes can take gene therapy to grow bigger muscles, and there's no way to test it. No way. And it's all done through gene therapy. So, how old do you want to be? Yeah, 33 to 35. That's when it was.
The trick is stopping it there.
Well, or just going back to it. You know, there's also time travel that's coming right up. We've already time traveled electrons. They've stopped light. Now, when you stop light, it increases the mass of the particle, which actually bends space-time. And they've actually teleported electrons now. So we know it's possible. We don't know what happened to the electron, but we know we've done good. So, all of it, once time travel shows up, what day is it really? You know? I mean, the mind is going to have a hard time with this stuff. It really will. Your intuition will be fine. The mind's going to get tweaked. We have just so much change and opportunity in front of us that we've got to wear shades. The future's so bright. And don't let anything, I mean, obviously, don't let anything, any worries about what might happen get in your way. All that's addressing your mind. You see, your mind evolved for one purpose, really. That is to look for danger. That's what its job was. Look for danger. Anything dangerous, we got to know what it is and all about it. And once all the danger is passed, then we can get down to food and shelter and maybe some sex. But the mind is first looking for danger, which is why bad news sells. Because the mind is looking first for whatever might be dangerous. Yes?
And so then in the fourth day or fourth night, does that mean the end of all economic slavery?
Yes. Yes. It does mean absolute end of economic slavery. You know, a lot of people have lost their jobs, right? But they got to find out something during that. They found out that they weren't their job. A lot of people think that they are their position, that they are their responsibilities, that they are their aspirations, and all of a sudden those aren't there, and that person learned a huge lesson, and they got freed up from being stuck in that one thing. Yes?
Yeah, how do you think the shift into ethics is going to affect global diseases such as AIDS that have been created by those in power?
To it. Number one criteria for a person to get AIDS is a person who doesn't think highly of themselves. Irregardless of their activities, what's more, the basis of it is how a person feels about themselves. So that is going to be, your integrity has everything to do with how you feel about yourself. If you're not in integrity, then you're not going to feel good about yourself. And that opens the door to all sorts of things. Number one on the list of diseases, of course, is AIDS, because it opens the door to everything negative. And I think that this whole process is just an acceleration of it. Does that answer that question?
Yes, it's like your consciousness is what attracts or repels these kind of things.
We're all creating our own experience. Every single one of us, nothing excluded or no excuses. We're making it all as we go. Sometimes we're creating things we're not conscious that we're creating. To a large degree. People create circumstances for themselves that they didn't know they did. But as this evolution continues, and especially as ethics and integrity become the focal point of your consciousness, you will be able to create bad experiences. It just won't happen. You wouldn't do it. Like, we wouldn't have somebody over for dinner and cut them up and cook them. We wouldn't do it. Well, that was a consciousness back here, you know. That was actually acceptable behavior back here, cannibalism. It's just not anymore because of this evolution. And that the whole idea of having power over somebody else